remember the term driving while black? In today's America, the Trump America is driving while Mexican.
One of the cherished parts of being an American is freedom of movement. When you walk around, and this obviously applies more to certain folks than others, but you usually don't have to stop at internal checkpoints or to show your papers to police. And it's happening more and more and more in Trump's America.
What's up, guys? Let me see your ID, please.
23-year-old Elzon Lemus, an electrician, was in his work van with a coworker when they were pulled over by ICE agents in Westbury.
Because you look like somebody local.
What's that for?
Looking for?
Lemus asks why they need his ID.
All right, this is going to go one of two ways here. Okay. I need to see your ID. If you're not the guy I'm looking for, you're not the guy I'm looking for.
Okay,
right? But we need your ID.
Nah.
Okay, if you don't get your ID, then we're gonna, have to figure out another way to ID you, and it may not work out well for you.
Listen, I'm not rolling up. Keep it down. I keep it down close. What are you doing?
The agent forces the door open and demands Lemus stops recording. Lemus was born and raised in New York and was stunned.
I felt like my rights were just like out the window.
As much as this is a blatant disregard for one's civil rights in a country that's supposed to be free, as much as it's unprofessional, disrespectful, you would think that as black people, we would have some type of compassion, some type of understanding, and stand in solidarity in some type of way. Now, you know why? You remember Cubans for Trump? You remember Latinos for Trump? You remember Mexicans for Trump? This is self-inflicted. We didn't vote for driving while black. That was never on the ballot. You know what was on the ballot, though? Mass deportation. He told you he was going to do that. How did you think that was going to happen? You didn't think they was going to pull over cars? You didn't think they was going to invade businesses? You didn't think they were going to chase people in the fields? You didn't think they was going to do none of that? How'd you think it was going to happen? But you weren't even thinking about none of that, were you? You were more focused on another aspect of that election. I mean, who would vote for their own demise? In the case of the farmers in Nebraska, who would vote to go bankrupt? I mean, who would do that? That's insane. That's like if I'm your neighbor and I say, hey, I'm going to do some harm to you. And then I call you back and say, hey, can I come over and borrow some sugar? And then when I come get the sugar, I punch you in the face. That's exactly what happened here. You voted for your own demise. So, look, you can't expect anybody to feel sorry for you, because I have a theory that was more important than your own demise. You don't think I know, do you? Look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that Hispanics didn't want to see another person of color in the White House unless they were Hispanic. So I'm thinking Caucasian Americans didn't want to see a person of color, period. So I'm kind of thinking that Hispanics and the Caucasian Americans, they kind of felt like they were on the same team. Also, Kamala Harris wasn't going to get the support of Asians because she doesn't look Asian enough. She wasn't going to get the support of Indians because she doesn't look Indian enough. And she most definitely wasn't going to get the support of blacks because she doesn't look black enough. So y'all thought y'all was on the same team. Now, we told y'all what was going to happen if you voted for the orange guy. We told you. We told you plenty of time. But you thought that it would be better to put the orange guy in office than to put the person of color in office. But now look at you.
Brian Gavidia, who was born and raised in Los Angeles, was working on a car in a tow yard last week. When he stepped outside, he was thrown into a metal fence by federal agents who asked him where he was born.
Twisting that I'm American, bro. Yo, these guys,
bro. Literally based off of skin color. My homie was born here just because of the way he looks.
Did you hear what the young man said? He said all of this because of his skin color. All of this because of the way he looks. To some of y'all, this is brand new. But to those of us who have been around a while, this is eerily familiar. There's a new target because we've been going through this. Driving while black, walking while black, stop and frisk while black. We've been going through this. And we're going to try to give you the same consideration that y'all gave us. Don't give a flying flamingo, I believe is the term.
The way Trump sold this on the campaign was by saying we're going to go at these other people that you hate, right? There's this other group and they're bad and they're hurting our country. And I'm going to protect you, American citizens. We're seeing every day. There is no way to do this, what they want to do, mass deportation, that is not massively disruptive to the liberties of every American. These are the cruel absurdities people are now facing every day. Like this car full of members of an Arizona-based Native American tribe who were followed for miles and then pulled over by Border Patrol last week.
Everybody in here U.S. citizen?
We're first ones. We're Native American. We're the first ones. Oh, perfect. Perfect, huh? What are you? What are you? Are you an American citizen? No, you're not. You're not a firstborn. You're not from this land. And neither are you.
This is the America that Donald Trump and Stephen Miller want, what they're trying to create. It's what we saw unfold at Dodger Stadium earlier today and at Home Depot in Hollywood, just as we saw it on the other side of LA over the weekend, at a flea market that was effectively shut down by ICE and Border Patrol agents armed with M16s, wearing masks, full military body armor. They look like they're going to go kill Osama bin Laden. Agents who went up to bystanders at a flea market and asked them, where are you from? Got to show your papers. Americans are being forced to accept mass paramilitary forces, stopping people anytime, anywhere, in any circumstance, demanding to know where people are from.
I just got one question. Is you dumb or is you stupid? The orange guy told you what he was going to do. He told you he was going to do mass deportations. In history, in anybody's history, anybody, not even just America, has anybody or any country done mass deportations the polite way? Have they been selective in their mass deportation? Mass. That means a lot. So you had no idea that this was going to happen like this? You had no idea. Or was your agenda to make sure that you didn't put that person of color in the White House? Was you more concerned about that person being in the White House, Kamala Harris, than your own demise? It looks to be the case, because now you're complaining. Now you regret your vote. Now you're F-A-F-O. But listen, you made your bed, now you got to lay in it. He told you what he was going to do. Kamala Harris said she was going to do the opposite in terms of immigration, what he was going to do. Now, click this video over here, about how employers should go to jail for hiring illegals. That's how you deal with illegal immigration. Till next time.